Good morning, Detective. You slept well?
I'm afraid I did not. I was hoping for at least a moment. Finding the Major's killer is the only thing that will put my mind at ease.
In that. In that snow. If someone was out there, we'd have another body on our hands.
I realize how strange it sounds. I would not believe it myself if I had not seen it with my own eyes.
Staff have reported seeing things in the dark before, but it all would... I'm afraid our Lizzie is not well. I think the events of yesterday were too...
As well...
She is currently eating breakfast alone in the dining room. It's how she prefers it. But... I would, but I'm afraid I found this morning that the telephone lines aren't working. Even if we could use the telephone, I don't think anyone...
In that case, it will be up...
I'll let you know if anything changes. But until some of the snow clears... Taken care of. Master Demir and his brother, after sobering up, helped me move him into the...
Très bien. I imagine there is no reason for anyone...
Besides me.
Your assistant had...
Good morning, Detective. I hope you are comfortable at...
Bonjour, mademoiselle. The room was more than pleasant, merci.
I can't imagine any of us...
Hopefully guilt will be weighing heavy.
I'm sorry if I was not much help last night. A development? Oh, Detective, I knew...
It may not be the news you had wished for, though.
Addressed to me? I don't know how much...
Pardonnez-moi, mademoiselle. Although it has been written in the same manner, using similar phraseology...
I'm sorry, Detective, I don't understand. His position? You mean about him living...
Oui, even in a house this size.
I enjoyed having him here. When I was away with Gideon, it was comforting to know Maman was not alone. Although, he's worked with me...
What can you tell me about their relationship?
There is not much to tell, only that there is no love lost between them. Heavens no! He could not...
You did not hesitate for a moment?
Why would he do such a thing? And then to send a letter to... He was always quite private about his work. I know that he was helping...
I found a check addressed to the Major from Monsieur da Silva. It...
Ah, that's right, security.
Merci for your time, mademoiselle. You are...
Useful.
Exactement. Another success. I never doubt. Oh. Hmm. Ah. Huh. Bonjour, madame. May I offer...
Thank you, detective, but they are not necessary. What can I do for you?
I was hoping you would be prepared to answer...
If I... I'm sure you're aware he was not the easiest man to get along with. His hot temper made him a number of foes.
A hot temper is reason enough to kill a man.
His mouth often acted before his brain. Perhaps someone had grown tired of dealing with it. Seeing as I heard Mr. Becker's in what I would describe as an unnecessarily loud exchange of words yesterday...
You heard the...
How could I not? The volume they were shouting at, I could hear them from the study and...
You did not think it fitting to tell me this...
I didn't think Felix was going to wind up dead and a murderer loose in my house. My apologies, detective. I assume you are talking about the...
Oui, madame. You know...
It arrived shortly after the first. Rather coincidental.
I'm not sure I understand what you're trying...
He no doubt had secrets hidden away. But do you honestly think Felix had anything of value?
Perhaps you should enlighten me.
Well, he was here, living in my house, eating my food, prepared... I wouldn't put it past him to have written it himself, in the hopes of getting some sympathy from me.
And the other letters?
He probably wrote those too. If Angeline paid the first, that would have given him the money to pay the second letter. He is the white... What if...
You two have been friends for some time now, and...
If you are trying to insinuate that Mr. De Silva and I are running around like schoolchildren...
Oui, I understand they worked together.
Mr. De Silva was the voice of reason that my husband should have listened to more often, instead of
Merci, madame. Bonjour, madame. You must be the wonderful cook.
Wonderful and modest, sir. I am Rihanna.
My taste buds thank you for the ravishing meal last night. It has been some time.
Glad to hear.
S'il te plaît, madame. Detective.
In that case, mademoiselle is fine for me, and I will ignore your presumption of marriage.
Très bon, madame.
That's right. I've seen staff come and go.
I agree. But if I was to eat
Not a bad thing, detective. You could...
well, with the snow still not clearing, we may be stuck here for the weekend.
I did. Monsieur Archie told me what had happened. Bruises can swell fast, so I...
How was the Major when you saw him?
Grumpy, as always.
I suppose one would not take kindly to being punched.
Punched or not, he was as ungrateful as ever.
I shall not keep you any longer. What a revelation!
Is there something I can help you with? You have got the wrong end of the stick, detective. Maman has snapped at him recently, but it was something to do with the letter. I heard them in the library before Maman shouted and he...
Could it have been the blackmail letter that...
Why would Maman be upset with him?
Madame is of a very different opinion from yourself regarding his connection with the letters. She...
That is what she told you? I don't recall telling him directly. I did not want Maman to find out it had been paid.
Madame believes he may have been behind all the letters, and taking your payment of the first, then used it to pay the second, and...
I never knew Maman had such an imagination. Well...
That is a question I was hoping you may...
You have met him? Do you really think he's capable of such a
It is a plan only the most crooked and underhanded could create. I shall not keep you any longer. Things are beginning to become clearer.
Is there something? I'm afraid it had been that way for some time. Maman is not forthcoming with her emotions, as I'm sure you are aware.
What gave you that impression?
There was not one particular thing that she expressed. It was just the way she...
I shall not keep you any... Bonjour, Monsieur Damir.
Detective Poirot, how are you?
The truth, Monsieur. With each step towards uncovering the blackmailer...
Is there... Felix and Madame Vandenbosch are the only ones with keys, as far as I'm aware. Oh, and Archibald. I'm sure... Archibald came to me and asked for my help in the matter. My brother and I dealt with it.
Merci for your help.
It's a job that had to be done. Although it may have affected...
How's...
At the sight of the body... I have not seen him since last night. He does not need his younger brother checking...
Perhaps that is exact...
I'm not sure what he told you yesterday, Detective.
I worry that may not be the case, Monsieur. His time in the war came up in conversation.
He's still...
Countess, I...
That is it, detective? No small talk? No inflating of one's ego?
I am afraid not, Countess. With the murderer still loose in the house...
Well then, detective, perhaps I can...
Comment?
I thought you might like to know what I found on the Major's body. That certainly piqued your interest.
A man has been murdered, and you find it acceptable to fool around and joke.
Oh, please, detective. Do you really think so little of me? Archibald asked for my assistance. He knows of my medical training from my days as a nurse.
It was not his place to grant you access to the body.
I shall remember to keep my assistance to myself next time. A single stab wound, which you no doubt already knew. The knife was held in their right hand. Judging by the depth of the wound, I would say there was no great force put into the strike. More a sign of defense than attack. If I had to say what weapon was used, a small sharp knife or dagger.
I understand it may be difficult for one to keep such information to yourself, but I ask you to try. S'il vous plaît, Comtesse. Keep this information. The pieces of the puzzle are fun.
If it will help you find the Major's killer, of course. When he returned from the war, he was
I cannot speak from experience, but I can only imagine
The first weeks he would wake in the night, screaming. I found him one night, cowering.
That is not why you two are no longer
And not at all, detective. We were always very different in nature. While I had...
And yet, he ended up in the mid...
Our father demanded that he at least try to do something with his life. It wasn't long before he moved out from the family home after his return from the army.
Whatever you need. Sir.
Aha. Huh. Aha. Is there something? What a revelation! not get me. Is there something I... Order and method. That... Come, my little grey cells. We... Another success. I never doubted myself. I cannot see the logic in this. I must act on... I must take a different approach if... This will not get me... Magnifique. I should not be surprised by my own skills of...
Detective Poirot, I have been asked to inform you that Lady Vandenbosch has returned to her...
Merci, Madame.
They may not be the exact words she used, but I'm sure you can...
Oh. Order and method. That is the way to... Some would say a lucky guess. Huh. 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 Ah.
Detective Poirot, are you any closer to uncovering the truth of Felix's involvement with the letter?
I am, mademoiselle. I can confirm that he was not the author of the blackmail letters.
So the author is still up?
Oui, but it will not be long before they are apprehended, and the only
Your confidence is rather assuring. They have often come to blows when it concerns Maman. They are both trying to protect her, but they themselves cannot seem to get along.
She spoke of his desire to join the... how do you...
This isn't the first time she has vocalized that concern. She thinks the Major was just...
And you do not agree?
I will not deny he has shown interest in Maman's social circles, but they have been friends since even before I was born. Surely all those years of friendship was not just to raise his social... I'm sorry, Detective.
No apology is required. It actually made me question my whole chain of thinking. What if there had been a collusion between...
Oh my, Detective, that...
Every guest has a motive. You confirmed that with the mention of Mademoiselle Conrad and the Major's fight.
But not you.
Correct.
I haven't seen that book in so long. Yes, it was a gift for my 10th birthday. I have read it from cover to cover.
It sounds as though there is a side to the Major I did not get to see.
Not common, but if he had been away for some time, he would bring me a small memento from his travel. They were. I'm afraid they may have gathered some dust being in the storage room for so long.
It sounds as though he had always cared.
His presence at the house was comforting for us both after Father died. Even... That's right, ever since I can remember.
It seems as though she has a number of support networks. The Major, her friendship with the Countess, not forgetting Monsieur da Silva.
Maman has many friends. I know how she
There is a further shell waiting to be broken.
Oh, very good.
Forgive me, mademoiselle. I only jest.
It's quite alright. You are not the only one that feels a razor tongue. She's grateful you are here, especially now, whether she shows it or not. How do you mean, detective?
I imagine a house of this size is rather I shall not keep you any longer. Merci, mademoiselle.
Detective Poirot, what do you...
I have something I wish...
Well, I hope it is important enough to...
I assure you it is.
Good, because this has gone on far too long. We are...
I can understand your frustrations, but
You were once an incompetent officer, and now it seems you are...
if I was not being lied to and misled at every turn, perhaps the
I hope you are not suggesting I had...
I am suggesting that if I had the support that everyone claims they are offering...
If you have something you want to ask, We met before Angeline was born, so he was often at the house when she...
And well...
I was attending an event. Felix was also in attendance as a serving...
So it was not through the Viscount that you...
I did not require my husband to start conversations on my behalf.
It was you that instigated it then.
My, detective. That active imagination of yours has taken you on quite some journey. Edwin spent much of his time away on business before Angeline was born. The staff continued their duties, of course, but trying to get any sort of sophisticated or cultured...
And when Angeline was born?
Edwin remained at home. It was his...
And the Major?
He had his own business and life to tend to, but we remained in touch via letter. I'm sure he has hundreds of letters in there. Most of them could and should...
I refer to the letter addressed to you.
Romantic nature. Please, detective.
He made his intentions quite clear in the...
You...
I think that is all. Come, my little grey cell. Another success.
this? He may have stayed in my home, but Felix was a grown man,
But it does not surprise you that he had such a foot.
We have been friends, and he has been there for Angeline for many years. But you find it strange that he keeps...
What I do find strange is that if he did,
it was not reciprocated. I have not even considered another since my husband's passing.
I think that is all. Is there something? I cannot see the logic in this. I must act on thought and things are beginning to become clearer.
Is this real? Who I allow in my house is none of your business.
I did not think you were one for charity.
I would not expect you to think much of anything. There is no need to talk on it any further. He was a man that required no protection.
That is the impression I had of him, which is why your defensive stance warrants...
Your insistent questioning on such trivial matters are getting on my last nerve. Your continued probing into something that... There is nothing I can tell you that will magically present what you are looking for.
Madame, you continue to withhold the truth.
And you continue to get on my last nerve. I am not obliged to tell you every detail.
But when it impedes my investigation...
If only you were this focused on finding the blackmailer and...
Madame.
Very well. I did not lie about how we met. I was attending an event, raising money for... it had been some time since I had returned home, and was rather missing English soil. He was a warm reminder of home, and I enjoyed conversing with him. I shall go no further with the details, but I will say, I had no intention on being unfaithful to my husband. It was
The Viscount never questioned Mademoiselle's birth?
In his mind, he had no reason to, and he shouldn't have had to. It was my mistake. I told Felix that he was to stay away, but he had no intention to. He became an uncle figure to... I could not tell her the truth. Too much time.
And what were the Major's thoughts on revealing the truth?
He wanted to tell her everything. He wanted her to know exactly who he was. But I told him no. It would not have been the poignant reconciliation that he expected. She would not understand. It must be. But I have told no one.
And the
Felix promised me he wouldn't tell a soul, and I believed him. What even...
You did not think anyone knew, and that...
If you... I tried to retrieve them from the safe after everyone had retired last night. But when I opened the safe, they were nowhere to be...
When I entered the study this morning, they were as visible as a red note.
I would appreciate if you did not compare them to the face of our... But that does mean someone else in the house has seen them.
A mystery that is still yet to be solved. I think that is all for now. Oh.
Detective Poirot, how...
Monsieur Starling, I must admit...
You'll be wrapping the case up soon.
One has never finished learning, monsieur. And in this case, I shall need to continue if I am to find the Major's killer.
It might help to vocalize your thinking. I'm all ears.
Monsieur, would you gather the guests and staff in the salon?
Right away, Detective. Can I ask for what reason?
I shall reveal all once everyone is